Hello there and welcome into the latest edition of the SAU Football Coaches Show. I'm Daniel Gallegos, joined alongside head football coach Bill Keopple. And Coach, moving ahead up till this week, you got another big conference game taking on Arkansas Tech. Going to hit the road for the next couple of weeks. This Arkansas Tech game is the first one of these couple that are on the road. Really going into the game, I would say the Wonder Boys are a little bit of a mystery so far this year. 2-3 coming in, nearly knock off an FCS school a couple weeks ago, but then they get shut out by Arkansas Monticello last week. And so kind of what, based off of that, those last two performances, kind of what do you expect going into this game?
It's hard to know what to expect. It really is. I mean, you watch them against Nicholls State and played well, played aggressive, got after it pretty good on both sides of the football. And then the UAM game, it was a little bit different story. Not to say they didn't play hard. Obviously, the weather had something to do with it. You never know how your team's going to react to playing in the rain and all that. Obviously, it's not their deal. But we're not going to sit here and harp on Arkansas Tech. I mean, you can evaluate individuals, you can evaluate their team, you can watch them on tape, and do you really know? You got to know who they're playing against, and there's a lot of factors involved in how teams get ready to play. And so our biggest thing is just us. How do we get the Mule Riders better? How do we eliminate the mistakes we've made to this point of the year? And that's all we're harping on right now.
Well, one of the things you're talking about, what the Mule Riders can do. The last 2 years you've taken on Arkansas Tech. You guys have scored a considerable amount of points against them, including last year. Big 28-point effort in the first quarter, really to close out the year on a regular season on a very high note. Do those results do they translate into this year with the new head coach, or is it just pretty much starting over and what you get?
It's starting over. I mean, every team's different. Every team you're ever going to coach is going to be different from year to year to year. You're going to have a different set of issues from each year, different talents, different guys can do different things, different personalities. Arkansas Tech is that. They're a better team than they were last year. There's no question about that. New coaching staff gives them a little lift. Because whatever the reasons were the last 2 years, they had lost their edge and whatever it was. And, we did have our way with them the last 2 years pretty convincingly. But that's history. That's over. I mean, it's a whole new year. We got to be ready to play. We're not ready to play. Arkansas Tech can beat us. I mean, they're going to have their stinger out. I mean, they're coming off of a hard, tough loss that they weren't probably expecting to have, and they're at home. And here we come in there. So obviously there's probably no love lost there. And there's going to be a lot of reasons for them to play hard and get after us.
In terms of this game, what in your week of preparation, what's one of the things that you've been focusing on that really is going to be a source of improvement from the previous weeks?
Well, every week you're trying to improve on a lot of things. I think the biggest thing coming out of the Harding game that we feel like we got to get better at here, if we're going to take ourselves to the elite level in this league, is we got to get more physical up front. And we're big. We're big, and we've got strong guys, but big and strong doesn't make you a physical football player. It's ingredients that you need to be a physical football player, but being that physical player when the ball is snapped and it's time to come off the ball, is coming off with the right steps, the right pad level, and being in a bad, angry mood when you get there. And we just got to get to where we play more physical up front. That was a little bit of the difference in the game last week against Harding. I really felt like it's the last 2 years, and as frustrating as that game was coming out, and we're that close to being in the upper echelon of this league, and that's where we got to get to. And that's what we're striving to get to. So we've gone to work hard on trying to be more physical with our offensive line. Again, trying to eliminate the inconsistencies with our passing game, from protection to route running to catching the ball to reads from the quarterback. So there's so many factors involved in being efficient offensively. To be able to run the ball, to be able to throw the ball with consistency in each. You got to have 11 guys on the same page. You really do, and one guy can mess the whole thing up. So that we're working on that. That's always something you're going to continuously strive to do as a team and a coaching staff. So that's what we've really been focusing on.
Well, you know, we look very much forward to this game coming up against Arkansas Tech to kind of see that play out on the field. Another big conference match for the Muleriders coming up again this Saturday. They're on the road at Arkansas Tech. Kickoff is set for 6 o'clock p.m. If you're unable to make the trip to Russellville, you can check MuleriderAthletics.com and have all the live links. You can listen live with Dan Gregory on the radio. We'll also provide the live stats link and live video link from Arkansas Tech. Coach, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.